What's up guys, my name is CaptainSauce, and today I have a bit of a different video for you guys. The webcam's gone, you don't get to see my beautiful face. Instead I'm going to show you guys some Warface. This is a totally free-to-play first-person shooter, and I've been having a lot of fun playing it. I'll leave a link in the description. I highly recommend checking it out because it is so rare for a free first-person shooter to actually feel like it's not pay to win. I haven't spent any money on this game whatsoever, and as you'll see from this game clip, I do pretty well, and I have a lot of fun playing it. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today, I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about competitive gaming, and more specifically, is competitive gaming for you? So, the short of it is, I don't know. It makes the rest of this video seem redundant, but the truth is everyone's game is different. Everybody wants something different out of their competitive experience, so only you can really judge if competitive gaming is for you. But what I can do is tell you a little bit about my experience in competitive gaming, tell you about some of the things that I did right, the things that I did wrong, what I took out of it in the end, and then you can really kind of make a judgment call yourself to see whether or not this is something that sounds like it's for you or not. So one of the first things that I'll point out is that competitive gaming and professional gaming are two completely different things. I've had people mix this up in the past where they think, oh wow, like you used to be a professional gamer, that's so cool. And I have to tell them like, no, I wasn't a professional. I just took part in competitive gaming. It's two completely different things. Professional gaming is like the big trophies and the big money prizes and the jerseys and the sponsorships. That's the elite level of gaming. Competitive gaming is really just like one step above public matches. The idea being that you and your like predetermined team will sign up on a website and you'll organize through the website matches against other teams, and then the outcome gets recorded and gets put into standings. And that's pretty much it. So there's really no limitations on who can be a competitive gamer. You don't even have to be good to be a competitive gamer if you don't care about losing. It's totally free. All you have to do is want to take part. I got into competitive gaming, I think back in 2009, I want to say. Back when Call of Duty World at War and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 were like the big games that I would play on Xbox 360. I played a lot of those games, and I wasn't afraid to say that I got really good at them. Like, there aren't too many games that I'll boast about being good at. I'm not that kind of person, but those games I got seriously into and ended up getting quite good at. So I often felt that I was one of the best people in the room. Like, if I was in a lobby, I felt like there were very few people that I would be paired up against that would be as good as I was. So I got bored of Team Deathmatch relatively quickly and ended up getting into more tactical-based games, like Search and Destroy. And I instantly fell in love with those games. And the thing about Search and Destroy is you run into a lot more people that are talkative. Back then, the Xbox 360 shipped with a microphone, and teamwork was a big thing in Search and Destroy. So I would run into people who would be talking to me, and I'd be talking to them, and we'd win a couple matches together, and then maybe we'd party up. And then we'd win a couple more matches together, and then we would add each other to our friends list, and then maybe the next day we would end up grouping back up again and playing more matches. And this ended up happening quite often. And it got to a point where we ended up having like a full crew. We had like a team who would be online almost all the time, and we'd be rolling through public matches. One day we decided, you know what, maybe we should try something new. Maybe just stomping public matches isn't that much fun anymore. Maybe we should get into competitive gaming. So we did. We signed up on a website. We would organize matches against other teams, and it was, I can safely say, the most fun I've had in gaming in, I think, my entire teenage years. I'm sure there have been people in those really close games, like the games where there's one kill left to win, or the games where you know one mistake will end it, and you have like sweaty palms and your heart is racing. It felt like every game was like that for me, and that might not be for some people, but I absolutely thrived in it. I loved it. So everything started out great, it was so much fun, we were all having a great time, but eventually it went downhill, and when it did start to go downhill, it went downhill very quickly. There were some people on the team that didn't have the same values that other people like myself had when we were gaming. They were people that took it really seriously. Like if we would lose a game, they would get really upset. They would call out other teammates. They would point out people's mistakes and yell at people. They'd want to kick people off the team, and it was terrible. It quickly went from one of the best experiences I've had in gaming to one of the worst experiences I've had. And there was just no getting out of it. We would have more and more matches organized because these people would want to grind our way up the leaderboards, and nobody was having fun anymore. I did not want to be part of it anymore, but I felt obligated to. I felt like I had to play because I was a big part of the team, and I didn't want to let down my friends, and especially the people on my team that had the same kind of issues I had. Eventually, I kind of realized that there were other people on the team just like me that weren't having fun, and that didn't want to play like this anymore, so we decided, you know what, this is enough, we're out. We took off, we made our own team with just the people who just wanted to have fun, win or lose, didn't matter, and it instantly went back to being gratifying. So I think that's one of the biggest things that I wanted to share with people when I thought of coming up with this video, was that if you can find a group of like-minded people like yourself, like there's nothing wrong with being a super competitive person. Like if you're one of the people who yells at people and gets really upset at a loss, that's totally fine. But you should play with other people like yourself so that you'll have fun and they'll have fun and you'll all have the same goals in mind. But if you're like me, then you should find like-minded people who just want to play for fun, just want to get some competition out of it. It's just a hobby, it's not a big deal. There's no reason to take it so seriously. So I guess in my opinion, when somebody asks me, is competitive gaming for me? My answer is yes, absolutely. Anybody who plays a multiplayer game that can be played competitively, like Call of Duty, like Battlefield 4, like Dota 2, or League of Legends, or anything, I really do think that it's well worth your time to look into competitive gaming and to give it a try. Even if it's just a good experience or a bad experience, it is well worth your time, because when I was thinking of this video and I was thinking what I wanted to tell people, I was reflecting on my own experience, and looking back, I thought it was really funny that after 5 years, I could still remember like every clutch bomb defuse. I can still remember every really thin snipe shot that I made, or every perfectly thrown grenade, or just all the amazing experiences that I had. But all the bad times, all the times where I would mess up defusing the bomb, or I would get shot right at the start of a game, or I would miss like the most easy shot in the world, all that stuff I've completely forgotten. I'd forget it after a day, I'd forget it after a week, I'd forget it after a month, but 5 years later I can still remember all the good times, and they're going to be times I'm going to have for the rest of my life. And I think that anybody who can get into competitive gaming and can get those memories and can get that experience absolutely should. It is well worth it. I had a great time, and I think other people should get into it and should look into it, because it's something that's not as promoted as much anymore as it used to be. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Again, you're watching Warface gameplay right now, and I highly recommend checking out Warface. I've been having a lot of fun playing it in my spare time. It's completely free to play, and I think the only disadvantage to the game right now is that there aren't enough people playing it. The game actually reminds me a lot of Modern Warfare 2 and World at War, having spoken about them in this video. And actually, I bought Modern Warfare 2 and I bought Call of Duty World at War when I had the idea to make this video, and it turned out that World at War on PC right now is just unplayable. You can't do it. They're all private servers, the game has completely been abandoned by the developers, and people just have like 60 versus 60 deathmatches on maps that have been developed for 5v5, and I tried my best, but it can't be done, and it's a real shame. So it was nice to kind of play a game like Warface, which can kind of bring you back to that time, and you get to have the nostalgia without all the hackers and the stupid game modes and things like that. So I highly recommend checking it out if you enjoy those kind of games. And I just wanted to take a second to thank you guys so much for what's been going on in the channel so far. People have been so excited about what I've been doing. I've been getting messages and comments, people that are thrilled with the Stranded Deep videos, with The Sims. Like most people who start off in gaming on YouTube end up saying, you know, it took me months or it took me years to get my first 100 subscribers. And I have 41 subscribers right now, and I think I've only had the channel up for a week and a half. So that is just amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough for that, and I didn't want to make a whole video on that, but I really did want to spend a moment just to thank you guys for watching, to thank you for checking out my content, for liking, for commenting, especially the people who have been sharing. I know there are some people out there that have been going out of their way to help promote my content and promote my channel, and that really does mean so much. Like, you have no idea how grateful I am for the people who are just actively trying to support me and to be good people. I really appreciate it, so thank you. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.